It is Wednesday, my dudes, and time for an old man yapping. Although it's not really Wednesday, it was Wednesday 6 hours and a few minutes ago because I am a loser and I don't get things done on time, and I'm very, very intoxicated, and I have been recording hours and hours of video, and none of it is coherent, none of it is meaningful, and I'm actually trying to do a good job for you people, so here's the thing. I'm over here being unhealthily fixated on Huong in Starfield, as usual. I was conversing with people on a comment thread on Gaming Liberty's channel. He was saying he's trying a new format, he's trying a new thing. So he's kind of on notice, because nobody tries a new thing to more accurately represent their beliefs and to more meaningfully represent their ethics. I really like this picture. I think my favorite is this one, though. But when people try something new, it's never to more accurately represent who they are and what they stand for. It's always to get more views and make more money. So, I don't know that I really like this guy. I love this picture. I love this picture because depending on how you view it, it's either you look at the person first and then you see the shadow, and the shadow kind of trails you up towards the barrel that says organic waste, or if you just if you process it the way a lot of other people process it, you just kind of scan across the top from the left to the right, and you see it says organic waste, and then when you trail down, when you follow the kind of Z shape that leads across the page, people typically scan left to right across the top, and then diagonally right to left through the center, and then left to right across the bottom. And if you do that, then you come across and you see organic waste, and then you trail down diagonally and you see Huong sitting there, and it's like the world has decided she's organic waste. I mean, look at her. She's adorable. There's nothing to her. There's virtually no characterization. She is an empty shell. There is nothing in this NPC in this game. She has the bare minimum personality to be considered a human being at all. And yet, that is what makes her worth looking at and worth thinking about, because all of the empty spaces, all of the empty areas, you can fill those in with whatever you like. Empty people can be made into whatever you like, can be made into whatever you want. And it's because Huong is empty that I personally am able to fill her with whatever I like. But when you put more personality into a person, when you have somebody like Sarah in Starfield, well, she has opinions and she has thoughts, and holy shit, did the player base raise hell about those opinions and those thoughts. What do you mean Sarah doesn't like it when I'm evil? I mean, she was in the United Colonies vanguard, and she went to war. She had to fight people that she didn't know, and she had to kill people she didn't know, and she developed this appreciation for human life that's peculiar to people who have had to kill strangers. And now you go and you kill strangers on purpose, not because it's your duty, but just because you want to. And she has opinions about that. Of course she has opinions about that. The political issue with these relationships is the people aren't empty enough. They have opinions and ideas about what you could and should do in a given situation. Now, in another game, like, say, Cyberpunk 2077, nobody gives a shit. Like, regardless of what you've done or haven't done, Pan Am is going to be just as interested in you. Judy is going to be just as interested in you, which is to say, not at all if you have a male body type or a male voice. Because women require your body and your voice to match. The only people who don't require your body and your voice to match are men. If you have a female body, you're allowed to romance River Ward, the big, muscle-bound, bodybuilder-looking guy. Because that's what women like. That's not what women say they like. But when somebody said that, somebody said, here's my before and after gym pics. Although the women were like, I like the before picture. And he didn't go, hey, how come I've been told my whole life that the after picture is what women would like? Instead, he said, how come all these women are lying? Why didn't he believe them? Why didn't he just take their word for they like the thing they say they like? Why does he think they're lying? Why is that? Why isn't their own opinion important to him? Because they're women. Women's opinions don't matter. Men tell you that women like big, muscle-bound bodybuilder guys. And the men know what they're talking about. The women who say, I don't like that, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. They're brainwashed. Something's wrong with them. They're lying. Nobody actually listens to women. And it gets worse. I mean, with the whole LGBT community, it gets even worse. Nobody listens to gay people. Nobody listens to trans people. Nobody listens to their opinions on their own existence. They go, no. Men say this other thing about you. Straight men who are not trans say these things about all those people. And they're the people you should listen to. And that's bullshit. When people tell you who they are, believe them. When trans people say this is just who I am and I don't have any control over it, believe them. When women say this is what I like and that's what I like and that's all there is to it, believe them. When gay people say no, I'm only interested in that gender, believe them. And when people say, no, I don't listen to women and LGBT people, I only listen to white men who are straight and not trans. believe them. Believe what they just said, which is they do not care what anybody says unless they're white and straight and male and not transgender. When people tell you that, recognize that they're cutting out the majority of human society, because half of human society is women. And then you've got a quantity of gay men. And then you've got a quantity of transgender men. And the transgender women should be included in the women, but maybe you haven't counted them for some reason or other. You know, just the basic bigotry. But what that comes out being is that that's close to 2/3 of the population that they've just cut out of the process. They've just gone, no, I only listen to those people over there. That's objectively an unsupportable position. You can't restrict things that way. If you restrict things that way, you're going to needlessly constrict your understanding of any subject, especially when that subject is, are straight white men better? Which we spend way more time talking about than we should in the 21st century. Are straight white men better? Of course not. Look at her. Look at Huong Le. She's objectively superior to every straight man on the planet. And that's just all there is to it. And I'm aware that my fixation on this thoroughly fictional person with virtually no personality is, to say the least, mildly problematic. I'm aware of that. I'm absolutely aware of that. But I don't care. I just don't care.